Hello citizens, it's Dirty Dodger and welcome back to another episode on my channel focused primarily on news, updates and general information on the production and development of Star Citizen. Today we're going to have a look at the single player campaign side of the Star Citizen universe called Squadron 42. For those of you who aren't aware of Chris Roberts and his history of game developments, he is one of the founders for this style of combat space sim action game. Going to have a quick look back now to one of my favourite games and to where this really all kind of began for Chris Roberts. Since joining Origin Systems, designing and programming a few early games back in the late 1980s, along with also having a love for science fiction as a young lad, he then went on to become a lead designer, producer and a programmer for a series of games that would redefine the space combat sim generation. This game was called Wing Commander. First released in September 1990, this gave Chris Roberts the name he has today for designing such games. Suffice to say that Wing Commander was the first of its kind, and Star Citizen and Squadron 42 couldn't be in better hands. So the Wing Commander gameplay consisted of you as a pilot aboard a strike carrier called the Tiger's Claw, where you completed a series of missions, some of which you could fail, and your overall performance during these missions would result in the storyline progress as either winning or losing. Heroic mission performance could see you earning medals or even a promotion, whilst poor performance however could result in mission failure, overall campaign failure, or even worse, losing a much loved wingman. This really was one of the first games I ever played where you could interact with the crew, albeit a bit of a linear path on contact, sitting in the bar after a mission and speaking to the experienced crew, just listening to stories and receiving advice from the other pilots, some of whom you got to fly with, would create a level of immersion to me as a kid I'd never felt before. Everyone had a favourite wingman, and if you lost him during a mission, real life or not, it hit you hard. Now, almost 30 years later, Chris Roberts is back, not only with his experience, but with new technology available to help him develop the game he's always said he'd dreamt of creating. So Squadron 42 is named by the devs as a spiritual successor to the Wing Commander series, as it will also see you playing a rookie pilot, this time for the UEE aboard a Navy capital ship called the Stanton, as your custom character interacts with this even bigger immersive world. Current developments in AI subsumption will allow the crew aboard this ship to feel even more alive, and you'll be able to build relationships with a never before seen lifelike AI crew.
Here, huh? Welcome to the Stanton. I'm Eugene Morrow, Chief Engineer.
The fact that this game has such a vast array of interactability will make this game even more replayable, as outcomes and possibilities will change dependent on your playstyle and character choices, so goodbye life. Squadron 42 will not only have the most beautiful of space battles amongst the stars, but will also offer a seamless transition to the ground combat in the first person shooter aspect to the game as well. Since exploiting jump points, human civilization has expanded out among the stars. A distant colony on a planet referred to as Super Earth, as it contains similar properties to that of Earth, only much greater in size, has been named as Terra. Terra, a hub for civilization, is also the centre of operations for the UEE's Eastern Expansion Programme. Not too far from the frontier bordering races humankind have completed first contact with lies a race known as the Vandaal. Vandaal have consistently attacked and pillaged unprotected Earth colonies on the frontier, threatening further expansion and disturbing the peace. The story of your character on the Stanton will take you seamlessly through a campaign as you face the Vandaal, both in space combat and on foot, fighting not only for your survival, your crew's survival, but humankind's reach upon the star's survival too. The events during this game takes place before the Star Citizen universe, with the Squadron 42 campaign leading into the PU upon its release. Completing this game will give the character the option to achieve citizenship upon entering the PU, having served with the UEE military. Neither of the two games are needed to play to gain access to each other, both can be individually purchased and played through the Roberts Space Industries website. The backstory and lore to not only Star Citizen but the Squadron 42 campaign as well spans across 900 years. Check out the link below to the page that defines the most prominent parts of the history timeline. This sort of level and detail generates an interesting backstory that increases immersion furthermore, but also gives the game a sense of life. So not only does the level of fidelity just lay within the ship's characters and the interactive world, it's also embedded deep within the history of the universe too. Squadron 42 boasts a massive 20 hours of gameplay with over 70 missions in total. The game itself has been forecast to release in 3 chapters. The first chapter was planned for release last year after a series of delays, has however now been knocked back again. And although Chris Roberts and Foundry 42, who are developing the game, keep release dates very close to their chests, both in an interview earlier this year with Chris Roberts and now on the Squadron 42 website shows a release date or release year of 2017. As a fan of Wing Commander, I really am bursting to get hold of this game. I can't wait, I'm so excited, and I hope you guys are too. Chris Roberts and Foundry 42 have used cutting edge technology to not only deliver the player the best in-game animation, but also with facial animation capture as well, to bring unprecedented emotion and life to the characters we'll see. Keep an eye out for my future videos where we'll have a deeper delve into the technology used to bring us this cutting edge immersion. Not only has Chris Roberts been busy with top of the line mocap and facial rec tech, he's also gathered together an all-star cast to play the roles of pilots, crew and other characters for us to encounter on our journey through its campaign. Amongst the actors then we have Gary Oldman playing Admiral Bishop, we have Mark Hamill returning from working in the Wing Commander series with Chris Roberts. This time he's going to be playing Lieutenant Commander Old Man Colton, and a vast array of other A-list actors such as Gillian Anderson, John Rhys-Davies, Andy Serkis and much more. What do you actually need to play Squadron 42? As I mentioned earlier, Squadron 42 is a standalone game to Star Citizen, so you won't need Star Citizen to play. Squadron 42 can be purchased via the Roberts Space Industries website under the Pledge tab, where you can get hold of Squadron 42 standalone game. If these types of games really do tickle your interest and you haven't already purchased Star Citizen, I highly recommend you grab yourself one of either the Mustang or Aurora combo starter packages, where not only do you get a digital copy of Star Citizen upon release, you also get the copy of Squadron 42 as well. These packs are selling at about £15 above the standalone pledge for Squadron 42, so it's worth grabbing both games and a ship to fly in the PU, saving yourself about £20 if you were to buy them both separately. Overall, although Squadron 42's release seems to feel like a never-ending date, the fact that this game is in the hands of the industry's most passionate and innovative combat space sims game designer, we as gamers and fans can be rest assured that upon final release of the game, we will be given a game that has not only been nurtured and developed from the ground up by Chris Roberts and his team, but a game of which has broken so many technological advances to ensure the most immersive, realistic, living, breathing space sim is given to such a passionate, unique community and fan base. Guys, if you have learned anything or enjoyed watching this video, then please make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe for future content from myself. If you have any questions, comments or queries, please write them in the section below as well. Like I said, please like and subscribe. Also make sure you check me out on Twitch, Twitter and YouTube if you share my passion for gaming and science fiction. I am the Dirty Dodger. I am a forum member for the Star Citizen community, which is called Redacted. Make sure you check out the link below to the site for a lot more videos, info and news. Hope to see you in the verse, guys.